Hi, my name is Arun. I'm the Director of Product Engineering here at Kovue, and I'm here to give you a short demonstration of what the Kovue application does. So I'm going to explain the setup first, and then I'm going to get into the demonstration. So what you see here is a camera that's pointed at the TV, and we realized that it's not very clear to read, so we mirrored the TV output onto the computer. And I also have an iPad here. Um, the the screen is mirrored onto the computer as well. So let me move on to the demo. So what what you see here on the TV screen is the Kovue icon with the badge, and what the Kovue icon here signifies that the Kovue application is always listening for user input. Um, and the badge is the amount of notifications that need users' attention. So here it says 5. So basically, you have 5 things that need your attention. So when I go ahead and click on it, what you see here is the dashboard screen. The dashboard screen tells you what's going on around you in a quick glance. So right now it says you're watching Castle, and it also shows you what your friends are watching and what's recommended to you. What and also a common thing that you would see on all of our screens is that the social aspect is integrated into it. So, for example, you see this Castle. So, if you had just stumbled upon this show, you could see that 25 of your friends like it, 2 of them don't, and 7 of them are watching it. So that's pretty valuable information for anybody. So it kind of tells us that the show is whether you are interested in that show or not. I mean, by seeing that 25 of your friends like it, and this is not some strangers who like the show, it's 25 of your own friends who like the show. So that tells us that okay, this is something that I might be interested in. Um, uh, the other thing is that the friends watching is it tells you what your friends are watching, but it also allows you to join them into a joint viewing session with them as you're watching the show. So what then happens is that your channel would switch on to Hearts and Atlantis uh, program, uh, and uh, and your friend would get an invite saying that so this person users want to join you in a joint viewing session, and if they accept, then they would be watching the same show together and be able to talk to each other. Obviously, we cannot demonstrate that because of the constraint of this being a remote demo. So again, moving on to the recommendations, you could see that the recommendations are basically based on what your likes and dislikes are and what your friends' likes and dislikes are. We've decided to keep it simple because we felt that the most powerful part that influences somebody watching television is their friends and their viewing friends, basically. So we've decided to simplify the logic, and that way we've found out that we provide a lot more relevant information than just relying on popular program information. So moving on to the next screen, we have the program info. So this one tells you information about the show that you're watching, the episode that you're watching, but also shows you comments from your friends. Uh, the uh, the added advantage is the seamless integration of live and OTT content. For example, you can see that you're watching season 1, episode 2, and just let's say you stumbled upon the show for the first time, and then you realize you like Castle. You want to learn more about the show, but then by looking at the screen, you can see that the season 1, episode 1 is available on Netflix. So if I want to watch season 1, episode 1, I just go ahead and click it, and then you can see that the Netflix app would launch with the show. I basically exited out because I want to talk a bit more about the application. So that's where you one of the more powerful features of Kovue is the seamless integration. So you don't have to leave the Kovue platform to be able to discover new content and watch new shows in other application. So even when you launch Netflix, Kovue is still running in the background, waiting for user input. So the next screen is the guide, which is a personalized TV guide for the user, and personalized in the sense that we show what we show shows based on what you've told us you liked and disliked, but also for each of the shows that that's presented to the user, we also show what your friends' impressions about the show are. And if, again, even from this screen, if the user chooses, uh, he could join the friend into a joint viewing session. So so again, this is just like a regular guide. You can like scroll up and down and basically navigate through and choose what programs you watch. So I'm gonna minimize this and move on to the iPad screen. So the iPad screen here is basically to demonstrate that the thin clients are available for any second screen device or a primary screen device that can be written for. So for example, you can have this thin client application written for the iPad, an Android tablet, or Windows 8 Surface tablet, or an LG Smart TV or Samsung Smart TV for that matter. So I'm just going to quickly run through the screens, and you would see that the screens are not very different from the TV screens, and that's another advantage is that being thin clients, we are able to implement the same APIs no matter what device you choose to use. One of the other things that we found out was that uh, second screen devices are a lot more easier to navigate. So we kept the primary screen information largely read-only. So there are some basic actions you can take on it, but mostly the information is just for viewing purposes. Um, so here you could see that what your friends are watching, what your upcoming shows are, what the recommendations are. We also provide a way for us to advertise some shows so that user can if something comes up popular that we realize that the user might be interested in, then we can feature that show. The program info is similar. It's actually refreshing right now. So you could, the image is still refreshing. So the program information is basically the information about the show. We have the guide, which is similar to what you saw on the TV. And then we have the schedule and the friends. So that's basically it. So I'll let Martin take over from here and we could discuss more.